Welcome back to Off-Road Shenanigans, where we build big buggies. You're going to take a look in this episode, our next shop build that we've been in progress for the last couple months, and check out these big old portals that came in today. We started with a two-seater General, and we're doing a big shop build for it. It's going to probably be a good bounty bike for us, for a buddy of ours that owns it, and we're going to get him rocking. But these bad boys right here came in today. And we're super excited about getting these things mounted and testing them out. But you know, we picked one of these things up and we're like, good God, might as well pick up an engine. Hopefully they hold up to what we're gonna give it, because some small tires to put on it. We started out with 42s, then we went to 46s. Now we ended up with these monsters, and these are 54s. They're cut and groove, already ready to go. Yeah, they're muddy already. We actually ended up doing a trade for them. So we're going to get them cleaned up, shine them up. We're going to do some custom powder on the inner plate, mounting plate, and then we're going to put them on this machine. 2016 Polaris General two-seater, and we want to make it the next big General out there. We see a lot of big buggies, we see a lot of big built buggies, but we're going to change this one up a little bit. So these Generals come with A-arm suspension on them, and they're just a weak point on these things. Ask me how I know. Well, that did it. I'm broke. We constantly breaking them. We're constantly tearing up the ball joints on them. Ball joints are a weak spot on these big buggies. You just can't run ball joints on these big buggies like this. They just don't hold up. The pivot blocks that go on the A-arms to the frame, they give out, they bend, whatever. They don't ever hold. These 10mm bolts here, they break, they bend. That's all going away. We've got something special coming up. Super ATV front differential came in today as well. We have to do a little fitting, because it's not really fitting in there as well as we want to. This isn't fitted General. This is actually a Polaris Razor turbo front diff. We're kind of beefing up the whole front suspension with the turbo suspension and drivetrain, because the General suspension and drivetrain, the CV axles, are much smaller than what the turbo offers us. So we went ahead and upgraded all that. The biggest thing about this General that we're going to be doing is going to be a swing arm conversion on this thing. You see down here on the ground, we got the Super ATV 10-inch lift, rear swing arm, or trailing arm as you say. This just give you an idea. We're putting the buggy quite a bit up there, but it's not high enough yet, because when this thing mounts, it should be about in there. And you can definitely tell that's not the center of the wheel where it's going to be on the ground. So this buggy is going to be much taller than what it sits at right now. We're going to probably need a ladder to get in and out of it. We got our custom built frame here for our cage. We've been working on that. We still have some work to do on it to finish it out. We've got a front roll cage. Our bar's going all the way up to the front bumper. It's going to tie in our front bumper. We've got some more gussets to put into it, a little bit more finishing up welding on it. We're going to take it off tonight, flip it over, put it on our welding table, do a finish weld on it, and then we're going to move on to start bolting up all the suspension parts on it. So stay tuned. Review back to our episode 1 where we blew our transmission. Remember that? Yeah, horrific. Super ATV's new transmission came in today. Kind of excited, but we unraveled this bad boy today, and we're going to get that thing thrown in the General. So make sure you stay tuned and follow us. All right, so our next step on this build of ours here, we've already got the cage pretty much done. We do have some small finishing touches we got to get on it. We did cut some big holes in here, so this is going to all be hidden, and it's actually going to be reinforced. And the reason we did this is we actually cut out some gusset plates on our CNC table, and they kind of look like this. And what they'll do is they'll fit up here just like this, and they'll get welded in, and then there'll be a back plate. And that back plate looks like over here, when you can see that this one's already welded in place. We're going to take another cover plate that covers all this and bolts into place. So what that's going to allow us to do is when we hang our tubbies on here, this is not for any rollover supporting like that. But this is that's the reason why we welded that gusset plate in there. That's going to allow us to run our wires down in here for amps, because our amps are going to be up in the roof in this. The tubby speakers or tower speakers are going to be up in here. We're going to run the wire through, and we'll be able to come out the bottom. a lot easier than having to run through little bitty holes and all that. So that's what we're doing next. Taylor!
What's up, buddy?
This is the gentleman that we're building this monster for. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make these brackets. This is actually just a cover plate, nothing fancy. It's just a couple pieces of metal welded together. It won't provide any kind of structural strength or anything like that. But where these go are on the back side of these other gussets that we made up in here. They'll bolt into place right here. I'll have a nice one single bolt. You won't see on this side. I'll have a insert bolt on the back side. Pretty much we can take that off later. We can run wires for the tower speakers, the amps, or whatever else we decide to run up there, RGB or lights or whatever. So these are just access plates. We haven't done it. We got this side done. Now we got to do the driver's side. That's the plate ready. We just got to get it in position. Now we got to brush it off, make sure we got all our...
What are we making right here? Like, I know you're wanting to make like some brackets or something, but this is starting to look like a throwing star. What are we trying to make here, man?
So we're introducing our new weapons.
New off-road shenanigans, throwing stars. I guess if I ever get in a fight, you know, I can just take these off and fight with these, right? Perfect.
Sure help you out a lot. So I don't know what about how y'all do it, but all these years of welding and fabricating and stuff like that, you get these magnets with all this, you know, metal flakes and shavings on it from grinding and welding and everything else. So, you can see this one's nice and clean right now. I use a blower, like air blower, and blow it off, gets the shavings off. So how do y'all do it? All right, so we know what we've got to do. Now we got our brackets made up. We're gonna take the cage off, but before we take the cage off, we just want to make sure that we don't change or deform the cage at all by introducing heat to it when we go to weld it up. If we start introducing heat on a lot of edges and where our bends and everything else is, the pipe will want to do its own thing. So last thing we want to do is put it over here, weld it, go put it back on the buggy and find out the arms need a half an inch or whatever and have to fight with it or anything else. So we're going to take the cage and put cross braces from the front to back, tack them in place, and then we'll unbolt the cage, set it on the welding table, and finish the welding up on it. I could probably go over it, clean it up. We need to wire brush it real good. I can probably go over it and smooth it out to where it's no undercut showing and all that. Being that gaping hole, I don't want to put too much heat in there.
Alright, Chris, we're going to have to grind all the welds down super smooth.
No, you don't do
it's a
that.
seamless cage.
Smoothest stuff.
No!
Look, man, I stopped Taylor from polishing his transmission, so that can't happen.
Oh, it's going to happen now.
It's already pretty good. You know, the chemical bath is fine.
You know the whole saying, polishing a turd?
Come here, let me polish you.
Just slide it this way and then put it on its edge. We'll just double check, make sure everything while we're going. Like that. I don't need anything on this side. Like grinding right there. Alright, we'll need to stand now. We're going to flip it over on its side so I can get the inner side of this gusset right here. And then we should be good to put it back on the buggy. Let's flip it one more time, guys. Where are we going? You need to go that way. Ah! You're killing me, bro! Ah! You're killing me.
That is so annoying.
I get it. Modulate!
What are we doing?
Slow down for a second. Get up, go around there.
Oh, that's hot.
I told you.
It didn't move, it's just because the buns are angled in.
The buns are angled.
Show me $1 now.
Tippy tap tap. Where's the hammer at? I was gonna say, I kind of regret building this because I don't want to hear you going, but I want mine to be that big.
I don't want mine to be that big. There's no way.
This is a borrow plate. This is not the plates we're putting on there. We're just doing fitment right now. So these are plates that Zach had that are going on his eventually. But this one's got a broken ball joint in it, so it's gotta come out. I might have to cut this one off. It's actually ripping the metal, not the weld. That's always nice.
That's comforting. That's survival.
When the metal is weaker than the weld. First fitment issue, we're finding that the bracket for where the brake pedal and the master cylinder and all that mount up to, it's actually hitting this top tab. So need to go back there and look at our razor frame and see the difference between that frame and this frame and make a decision if we can just cut that off, redesign that bracket so that way this bracket will fit on there, or what we need to do. So we're gonna go take a look at that other bracket or other frame.
Very tired.
Man,
That smells good.
dude, did skunk just come in here?
No.
Nope, that's a skunk.
Did your dog get it?
The dog got sprayed.
Did she?
Yeah,
Skunk around.
because as soon as he walked in here, or she walked in here, you can smell
No,
it.
no, 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 girl. Come on, girl.
You did trouble. We're gonna have to run home now. Come here. You know what it is. You know what
I'm in trouble, I'm gonna hide.
Izzy, tell mom.
God bless.
Izzy, go to mama.
this one.
She's all like,
Stop following me!
Izzy, no.
The dog likes you.
I'm gonna stay over here because Mama's mad.
Oh, better smell my own stench than that.
No,
You don't
no.
ruin the party.
Izzy,
Don't rub against anything, please.
Izzy, come on. No, hey,
Well, keep your eye out for the skunk out there.
Izzy, go.
You can't out there.
Oh, it's right out there?
Yeah, she got some right around here.
You see it?
No, but I can smell it. It's bad.
Right in the face.
Holy moly, it's bad. I ain't smelled a skunk that bad in a long time. Oh God, go back inside. Gas, 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 gas! Oh my Lord. Oh. 8, 6. Well, we're not even as cold as it's gonna be. There's a black one over there. This is mock-up. This is not the setup that we're going with, but this is mock-up for pretty much the ride we're looking for. We're trying to figure out, we're probably going to have to actually collapse that a few inches so we can actually understand where the pole is going to ride.
Yeah.
But the center of this portal right here needs to be the center of this wheel right here. So you can clearly see, I don't know, give them a tape measure out, we'll figure out how far off we are. I think we're about 12 inches off. Or down the center, I mean. Right now without any suspension pressure on it, so in other words the buggy weight is not on it yet, which it'll probably collapse the shock about halfway. We're at 17.5 inches. We're at 26.5 inches. So we're just shy of 10 inches difference between the two. Given that the shock is probably going to collapse, I'm going to say probably 3 to 4 inches. So take that away from there. It's going to bring it up to about 12 to 13 inches. Oh no, sorry. The other way. 17, so 20, what is it, 21, 22 inches, somewhere in there. So we still have to raise the buggy 5 inches or so.
This is really tall.
So this buggy's got to go another 5 inches up, pretty much. Which puts our ground clearance at 47 to 48 inches tall. All right, so a quick recap of what we did here today at Off-Road Shenanigans. Monday night, after shop builds. We got the 2016 Polaris General getting converted over to a monster machine, as you can see with the tires, all the previous videos. What did we do tonight? We went ahead and finished up the gussets on the back of the cage where the wires and stuff like that are going to run through for the tower speakers. Took the cage off, put it on our good fab table here, our fixture table, flipped it upside down. We can get all the back, upside down welds on it really easy. You saw us setting all that up. Flipped the cage back over, got all the finishing welds on it. Got it back on the buggy. Got it mounted on there, fit nicely, went on there smoothly, no problems. Then we went ahead and started mocking up the suspension. We've got the A-arms, the Super ATV 10-inch lift on there from the Polaris Turbo. So remember, we're doing the conversion on this one. So you can see that we got it mounted up here. We kind of know where our ride height is. We know that the whole entire frame's got to go up at about another 5 inches. So this buggy is going to be huge when it's done. Y'all got to follow us. Watch us on our social media, on our YouTube channel, and you'll get to see this thing turn into from a baby machine to a monster machine. So stay tuned.